Newswatch 12, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome to College Football Game Night. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Peyton Manning.
And Beaver fans, I'm Madison Marie, but I know this is how you're feeling tonight. The Saturday after Thanksgiving always brings a big week for college football. And Peyton, it was rivalry week this week.
Rivalry week, and this is how everyone is feeling. Crazy games today, and we're so excited to share them with you. This was a huge day with lots of exciting games and a matchup that had the state of Oregon divided.
The most highly anticipated game of the year for the Ducks and Beavers fans, one that could cause some drama at the Thanksgiving table.
That's a good one. Didn't cause any at mine, but hopefully it didn't cause any at yours. But let's waste no more time and get into this matchup, starting off with our friends over at KZI recapping the Ducks' performance.
This was a 31-10 game at one point, but the Beavers, they never buckled. They fought all the way back, winning 38-34, thanks in large part to a fourth down goal line stop with less than 4 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Losing sucks. Losing in that way, really, there's no fun in it. It's miserable, but there's a bunch of ways that you can learn and grow from it. And so as a team, we're going to go back to the drawing board and meet. We're going to take our medicine that the coaches give us, and we're going to go out there and improve. We had a good play call. We sprinted out to a little flat play. Had Troy kind of on a little return and just didn't connect.
We've been aggressive in our nature majority of the year, and a lot of times it's worked for us. I think we also look back and you say, okay, fourth down, you've had two punts that went completely disarray. I like my chances on 4th and 1 of trying to run the ball and get it.
The Ducks scored the first touchdown, a nix to Medford native Chase Cota for 44 yards.
How I saw it was, honestly, I know number 2 is a very great player, I think, in my eyes, and so I knew he was going to go up for it. So I was like, I gotta gather and go up for it too, and you know, it felt like a watermelon up in this guy, just real big last second, so it felt good to be able to come down with it.
Then the Beavs came back, down 31-17 going into the fourth quarter. A bobbled punt and a relentless ground attack lifted the Beavers over the Ducks, their second win in a row at Reser over their rival.
I don't think players got complacent or people got complacent, or I don't think our team got complacent. You know, I think ultimately they made some plays and we lost on the details, right? I think you're going to go back and you're going to say, okay, this is what my job is on this play. And you're going to see one person not executing it the right way.
Oregon's chances of going to Vegas is not entirely gone. If Washington State upsets Washington, then Oregon would go meet USC for the Pac-12 championship game. But if the Huskies beat the Cougars, then Oregon's chances are gone. And Dan Lanning says his attention then turns to the bowl game, whenever and wherever it will be played. Reporting from Reser Stadium, I'm Nick Orsini.
I don't think I'll ever get over this one, Peyton. It's been a while and I'm still not over it. And we'll recap the Oregon State reaction coming up tonight at 11.
What a game this was, like you just said, and what a season for Jonathan Smith. So let's break down this game a little bit more and see what the Ducks and the Beavers did in each quarter that led to the game ending the way that it did.
Right off the kick, this game started racking up points. Oregon State was the first on the board with a field goal from 50 yards out on their first offensive drive of the game. But Oregon quickly took control of their game plan and marched down the field to score their first touchdown of the game. Nix found the former South Medford Panther Chase Cota for a 44-yard touchdown. Then the Beavers fought back right after with a Ben Gulbranson keeper into the end zone, and Oregon State led by 3 heading into the second quarter.
Well, it looked like any other Ducks first quarter. They allowed the Beavers a few points but remained on the hunt for the win.
And it was all Ducks all second quarter. The Beavers couldn't find their rhythm in the air and had to readjust their game plan to on the ground.
The Ducks kicked this one off, but the punt is blocked. Jack Coletto picks it up to take it to the 50-yard line. Now that won't be enough for the Beavers in the second quarter, and the Ducks won't find their swag really until seconds before the half. Bo Nix connects with Troy Franklin with 12 seconds remaining in the first half, and Franklin is in for the second Ducks touchdown. That led to an Oregon lead heading into the half, but only by 4 points.
So heading into the locker rooms at halftime, we kind of felt like this game wasn't going to live up to the hype that surrounded it.
Classic Ducks scoring and stopping their opponent, but things switched up real quick after the Beavers hit the field again.
Head coach Jonathan Smith must have said something special to the Beavers because they came out to fight in the third quarter. But the Ducks weren't going to give in easy. Per usual, Jordan James scored another Oregon touchdown 2 minutes into the third. And then came Noah Winnington with a 5-yard rushing touchdown. And then Camden Lewis pulled through with a field goal from 42 yards out. But the Beavers couldn't take it anymore. And they sent Deshaun Fenwick to the house with the second Oregon State touchdown.
Well, the Ducks were now up with a 14-point lead, but like we always say, Maddie, play for 4, stay for 4.
We do. And I think the Beavers took that to heart tonight. It came down to the wire in the fourth quarter. So let's take a look.
The Ducks couldn't make anything happen on their first drive of the quarter, so they settled for a 24-yard field goal. And then the Beavers came out to play. A minute later, Isaiah Newell found the end zone hitting a 15-yard run. Then came Ben Gulbranson, keeping the ball to himself and pushing into the house. And the Ducks just couldn't find a way to stop the run game. The final score of the game came from the Beavs' Isaiah Newell, and that was the game for the classic rivalry.
Final out in Corvallis. You ready for this one, Peyton?
Let's hear it.
38-34 Oregon State. That's right, I said Oregon State knocks off the Oregon Ducks.
It's been hours now, but like we said earlier, I am still in shock. What a scene it was watching us in the newsroom watching this game.
It was a little bit too much fun. Well, Bo Nix finished 27 of 41 for 327 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, while Ben Gulbranson finished 6 of 13 for only 60 yards and 2 interceptions.
The stats definitely don't show the effort the Beavers put in today, and now there are rumors circulating about Ducks offensive coordinator Kelly Dillingham possibly leaving for the Arizona State head coaching job. But here is head coach Jonathan Smith on the Beavers' win today.
Obviously tough to totally explain, but couldn't speak more to just how proud I am of this group, these seniors, the culture in regards to the guys just believing, battling, didn't play perfect, didn't play our best for a long period of time, but knowing this game is a long, long game, and they found a way at the end. Credit to our crowd. Look, in the middle of the third quarter, it did not look good, but they didn't leave. They were hanging around, and they made a difference in the fourth quarter. Couldn't thank Beaver Nation enough. And for this senior crew that has been through a lot, to be able to play their last game in Research Stadium in a game like that and to finish the way they did, really, really happy for them.
Well, we were happy as well. Coming up, we'll take a look at the Ducks season and how it led up to their loss against the Beavers and how they're looking for the college football playoffs. You're watching College Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, we've been bringing people together for nearly 60 years. Our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 family members. When you're ready for a break from cooking, our family is here for your family.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you.
Whether it's residential, commercial, or industrial, chain link fencing is the all-purpose standard in providing security at an affordable price. And today's chain link offers you more variety, value, and durability. Get great ideas at qualityfenceco.com. Quality Fence in Roseburg, Central Point, and Grants Pass.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you.
Sam's Jewelers is Medford's premier wedding and engagement destination. With Southern Oregon's largest variety of men's wedding bands and women's diamond engagement rings, you're sure to find something special for your partner. This holiday season, any purchase of $750 or more will get you a complimentary cruise for 2 included with your purchase. Make this holiday season extra special at Sam's Jewelers, located upper level at the Rogue Valley Mall.
Where does lumber come from? Trees, of course. And where do trees come from? Nature, of course. But some trees make better lumber than other trees, just as some lumber companies make better lumber than other lumber companies. Hughes Lumber buys only the best lumber, and they offer it to you at the best prices. So where do you find the best lumber for your projects? Hughes Lumber, your best lumber choice.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 Series tractor features #1 rated reliability. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 Series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Serving Southern Oregon and Northern California for over 50 years. Stop in at Central Equipment.
It's back at Abby's. Bacon, bacon, cheddar! With Canadian bacon, country bacon, and real cheddar cheese toppings to the edge, nothing tops this famous pizza. Available for a limited time at a very special holiday price. And when you give the gift of Abby's, we'll give you a present too. You're welcome.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night. Well, in his first season as Ducks head coach, Dan Lanning has posted a great record, going 9-3 overall with a 7-2 conference record.
And Auburn transfer Bo Nix really broke out this season and led Oregon's offense both in the air and on the ground.
The Ducks have been bouncing in and out of the top 10 college football playoff rankings these past few weeks.
And after taking down the Utah Utes, they moved up to number 9 this week. Overall, the Ducks have had themselves quite the season. They welcomed in a new head coach and new starting quarterback, both which moved from the SEC.
They've also picked up huge victories over conference opponents, such as the ranked UCLA Bruins and the ranked and conference reigning champs, the Utah Utes. After Georgia handed the Ducks their first loss of the season just in their first game, the Ducks haven't stopped working to improve their game.
Oregon went on an 8-game win streak following that loss to Georgia. They scored over 40 points in every single one of those matchups. Things were cruising for Dan Lanning and his Ducks squad until they took on the other Pacific Northwest team who always raves havoc on teams, the Washington Huskies.
The Huskies handed Oregon their second loss of the season in the final seconds.
And the Ducks quickly bounced back following that loss. They beat the Utah Utes 20-17 last week, and that propelled them into a great week at practice, prepping for the Oregon State Beavers.
The Ducks entered today with an overall 9-2 record and were ranked second in the Pac-12, right below USC.
The 9th-ranked Ducks haven't depended on just their starting quarterback this year.
Right, they haven't. They have had to lean on multiple different players to help push them throughout the season. Offensive and defense players alike have stepped up to the plate to carry the Ducks through a winning season.
But Nix does play an important role on his team. He is among the top dual-threat quarterbacks in the nation. He's thrown for over 3,000 yards and over 25 touchdowns.
With a healthy Nix, he has completion percentage of 72.2%, which leads the nation. He also entered today's matchup with over 500 rushing yards and 14 rushing touchdowns, the most of any quarterback in the country.
While Nix is breaking records, so is Ducks wide receiver Troy Franklin. He's made an impact on the passing and blocking game. The screen game is a big focal point for the Ducks offense.
And with the help of Franklin making good blocks down the field, he plays a key role on the team. Along with Franklin, defensive lineman Brandon Dorlus is one of Oregon's best and has helped the Ducks hold their opponents to few scoring drives. Just like any other team, the Mighty Ducks have their strengths and weaknesses, and we've seen the team go through highs and lows during the games.
Oregon's offense and defense stays strong, but against a fast-paced passing offense, the D-line struggles to hold back their offense. But if their opponent hits the ground running, like we saw tonight, the Ducks are quick to start and quick to attack.
The Ducks defense gave up 408 yards and 2 touchdowns to the nation's passing leader, Michael Penix Jr. and the Washington Huskies. But they did improve in their matchup against the Utah Utes.
Utah's starting quarterback Cameron Rising was held to 170 passing yards and 0 touchdowns. Included in that game, Oregon's defense forced 3 interceptions from Utah.
And Ducks Bennett Williams had 14 tackles and 2 of those 3 interceptions in the game against Utah. For his performance, he was named the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week. Well, let's check out the winners of today's game, the Oregon State Beavers, and recap on their season. You're watching College Football Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agent Rory Wold can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price. Call Rory for a quote today.
You take pride in doing things yourself. You use only the best materials and products, and always seek the best values and advice. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here. Surround your home and family with nothing but the best. Surround yourself with quality. Visit a Quality Fence showroom today or online at qualityfenceco.com.
Golden Gems Fine Jewelry would like to say thank you with an inventory reduction sale. Select in-stock items 30, 40, and even 50% off during the inventory reduction sale. Only at Golden Gems Fine Jewelry on the Plaza, downtown Ashland, or at goldengems.com.
Are you tired of paying for dentures that don't work?
Do you have any missing teeth?
Are you frustrated with your dentures?
Come to My Denture Clinic, where we use the latest technology and specialize in implant dentures, full dentures, and partial dentures.
Believe me, not all dentures are made the same.
Let us give you your smile back and enjoy the food you love.
My Denture Clinic, your solution at an affordable price.
Call us today at 541-899-9999.
Sam's Jewelers is Medford's premier wedding and engagement destination. With Southern Oregon's largest variety of men's wedding bands and women's diamond engagement rings, you're sure to find something special for your partner. This holiday season, any purchase of $750 or more will get you a complimentary cruise for two, included with your purchase. Make this holiday season extra special at Sam's Jewelers, located upper level at the Rogue Valley Mall.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 Series tractor features #1 rated reliability. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 Series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Serving Southern Oregon and Northern California for over 50 years. Stop in at Central Equipment.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Well, welcome back to College Football Game Night. We talked about the Ducks and what they do well, and while they've struggled this season.
So let's talk about the Beavers now.
Similar to the Ducks, the Beavers have had a historic season. Oregon State has won 10 of their last 11 games at home. Make that 11. And they're currently ranked 3rd in the pack in scoring defense, which has given up 12.6 points per game at home.
They came out hot to start the season off. The Beavers won their first 3 games of the season, scoring over 30 points each game. But then they struggled to get back on their feet once pack play began.
Oregon State lost to their first conference opponent, the USC Trojans, and then lost to Utah the following weekend. Both were ranked, and it was a tough back-to-back schedule for the Beavers to start their conference play off.
But they hit their stride again in the middle of the season and won 3 games straight against Stanford, Wazoo, and Colorado. Similar to the Ducks, the Beavers fell to the Washington Huskies, but quickly turned things around the following week, taking the victory over Cal and Arizona State.
Before entering this weekend's rivalry game, the Beavers ranked 21st in the college football playoffs and have had an overall record of 8-3. Now they're currently 9-3. Oregon State ranks 6th in the really competitive Pac-12 conference.
They're also the only team in Pac-12 to have an overall record of 8-3.
While the Beavers have faced some adversity this season, especially when it came to their injury roster.
They lost their starting quarterback, Chance Nolan, to a strained neck early in the season and had a few weeks without the jackhammer, Jack Coletto.
But the Beavs have seen some rising stars throughout those games.
Yes, they have.
Oregon State freshman running back Damian Martinez has pulled off 5 straight 100-plus yard rushing games. He's come to life for the Beavers, and it's shown in his performance on the field.
The last Beaver to accomplish 5 straight 100-plus yard rushing games was Steven Jackson in 2003. The Beavers have gotten used to their 3-back rotation for most of the season, but the majority of the snaps have gone to Martinez recently.
Before this weekend, Martinez had rushed for over 850 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's averaging 6 yards per carry.
Along with Martinez, the once backup and now starting quarterback Ben Gulbranson has led the Beavers to multiple victories after taking over the offense with the loss of Nolan.
The Beavers have seen strong and weak points in their game plans this season.
With a new quarterback, Oregon State's offense has had to turn into more of a run-first offense and limit the risk of putting the ball in jeopardy with the passing game.
The highs and low parts of the Beavers are what have carried this team throughout the season.
Oregon State's run game has dominated the field for the past few matchups with the help of true freshman Martinez, but the Beavers have struggled with turnovers this season.
Well, before Nolan's injury, the Beavers had an uncontrollable amount of turnovers each game, which ultimately led to them fighting for the win in the final seconds. But Ben Gulbranson has helped calm down those, and offense has gotten better at eye-hand coordination.
And the 3-point losses to USC and Washington stripped the Beavers' chances at the Pac-12 title game, but they have made history in other ways. Their 8 wins mark the first time the Beavers have done that since 2012.
Well, we've got a mascot fight out in the desert. This video is just so funny to me.
I can't take that seriously.
It gets to the game. Serious time now. All right, let's dive back into the Pac-12 games that were played today. You'll want to stick around. You're watching College Football Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
I love this mattress.
So, can I ring you up? We'll take it. Ashley's Black Friday mattress sale is extended. Save big on select adjustable mattress sets. And pay 0% interest for 72 months. Only at Ashley.
Remove stubborn fat resistant to diet and exercise. Cool Sculpting Elite now features redesigned applicators to fit your natural curve, delivering 18% more cooling coverage than traditional Cool Sculpting, with the option to treat 2 areas at one time. Are you tired of stubborn fat resistant to diet and exercise? Consider Cool Sculpting Elite. Call Admire Aesthetics today or visit us online at admireaesthetics.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Sam's Jewelers is Medford's premier wedding and engagement destination. With Southern Oregon's largest variety of men's wedding bands and women's diamond engagement rings, you're sure to find something special for your partner. This holiday season, any purchase of $750 or more will get you a complimentary cruise for 2 included with your purchase. Make this holiday season extra special at Sam's Jewelers, located upper level at the Rogue Valley Mall.
Did you know that giving to others is also good for you? Whether you volunteer your time, offer emotional support, or donate to a charity, when you give, your health gets a boost. Benefits can include lower blood pressure, increased self-esteem, less depression, and lower stress levels. People who give tend to live longer and feel happier and more satisfied. So find a way to give today. You will help others, and your mind and body will thank you.
So, can I ring you up?
We'll take it.
Black Friday is extended. Last chance for unbelievable discounts. Hot buys up to 50% off. Plus 60-month special financing. No minimum, no money down. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
The Pac-12 kicked off the weekend with a matchup in Berkeley last night. The 2-6 Cal Bears hosted the 5-3 UCLA Bruins, whose season has derailed a little bit.
The Bruins took their 3rd loss of the season last week to the USC Trojans, but the Cal Bears performed against the Stanford Cardinal. Let's see how this matchup played out last night.
The number 18 UCLA Bruins headed up to take on the Cal Bears at California Memorial Stadium. We're going to start in the first quarter. Dorian Thompson-Robinson finds Jake Bobo in the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown. 7-0, UCLA goes up first. Cal with the ball now. Jack Plummer slings it to J. Michael Sturdivant for a 46-yard touchdown. And we're going to be tied at 7. Zach Charbonneau rushes for no gain. Cal gets the stop on 3rd and goal, and we are still tied at 7. DTR can't find anything he likes, so he takes off running and takes it for himself, showing how mobile he can be. 19 yards for the Bruins touchdown, 21-17 Cal. Third quarter, DTR is going to take it for himself yet again and rushes for a 14-yard touchdown, 24-21 UCLA leads. 4th down, Plummer finds Jaden Ott for 12 yards, but Ott fumbles, and it is recovered by UCLA to seal away the game and the win. And the final out at California Memorial Stadium was 35-28 UCLA. The 18th ranked Bruins were down heading into the half, but with the help of Zach Charbonneau, the Bruins regained the lead and the Bears sat back to watch DTR do his thing. He finished with 189 passing yards and 88 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns, 1 passing, and the other 2 rushing.
And another Friday night matchup was out in the desert, and we just saw those mascots taking each other down. But the ASU Sun Devils headed to Tucson to take on the Arizona Wildcats.
This matchup is known as the Territorial Cup, and an underrated rivalry that the Wildcats lead with 49 wins and 46 losses, but they have lost the past 5 times to the Sun Devils.
The Arizona Desert rivalry. All right, we're going to jump into the first quarter. It's 3rd and 3, but Michael Wiley is going to take one more than just 3 yards. He takes it 51 yards to the house. First touchdown of the game. ASU's ball now launching this one in the air. And now it's Arizona's ball. Burgett's pass is intercepted, and he'll pick up a few yards. Next play up in the second, Sun Devils knocking on the door. Xavier Valade is going to take the handoff and run this into the end zone. The Wildcats get the ball back, and they're in the red zone. It's thrown, and it's picked off by the Sun Devils in the end zone. Game-changing plays. So they take advantage of it and get themselves down the field again, and Elijah Badger snags the pass, and he's in. Now turned for the Wildcats. John Coleman gets the handoff and takes it in for the touchdown, but it's right back to the Sun Devils. A little bit of a run from Burgett, and he finds Sanders right on the line for the touchdown. What a game we've got in Arizona. Right back to the Wildcats, and Wiley takes off yet again, kind of having deja vu, but this time it's a 72-yard run to the house. The final at Arizona Stadium, 38-35 Wildcats. Arizona ends their 5-game losing streak. The Sun Devils got the ball back at their own 28-yard line with under 2 minutes left in the game, but Burgett threw his second interception while also taking a sack. That turnover was ASU's 5th, and it crushed their Territorial Cup hopes.
After losing to the Ducks last week, the Utes dropped to number 14 in the college football playoff ranks and had to get on the road again this week to face the Colorado Buffaloes.
The Buffaloes are 1-10 overall with only 1 win in pack play. So even though the Utes fell in the ranks, this game didn't seem to give Utah much of a problem.
No, it didn't. Here's a look at Folsom Field before the game got going. But we're going to start this one off in the first quarter. Jaquin Jackson gets the handoff and runs up the middle, avoiding one tackler and dragging another one in. And he's in. Utes lead 14-0. Cameron Rising throws to tight end Thomas Yasmin in the flat, and he hurdles a defender, ducking inside a blocker and back down the sideline for a 41-yard touchdown, 28-0 Utes. Utah with the ball again. Rising throws deep to the back of the end zone, and Dalton Kincaid is there making the leaping catch for the touchdown. Utes extend their lead to 42. Third quarter now, Jackson takes the handoff up the middle, slipping a couple tackles before igniting the burners to the tune of 66 yards for the score. And he's going to blow a little kiss to the Buffalo fans because that is a beatdown. And the final out at Folsom Field was 63-21 Utah Utes. The Utes find their way back into the win column after taking a loss to Oregon last week and dropping 4 spots in the ranks. But Cameron Rising showed what he can do in the air, going 17 of 19 with 233 yards with 3 touchdowns. Jaquin Jackson had 10 carries for 117 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Dalton Kincaid had 5 receptions for 102 yards and 1 touchdown.
Hey, go Crew. And another huge game out in California. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish were taking on the USC Trojans.
If USC can beat the Irish and then win the Pac-12, which we know that they did win, they will be likely heading to the college football playoff. While Notre Dame is very capable of winning that game, they did seem to always struggle in LA.
The number 6 USC Trojans taking on the number 15th Notre Dame Fighting Irish. We're going to start in the first quarter. Caleb Williams, possible Heisman, with some time, steps up, finds Washington with the 11-yard touchdown pass. 7-0, USC strikes first. And then into the second quarter, USC leads 10-0. Drew Pine launches to the end zone. Guess who he'll find? Michael Mayer with the 22-yard touchdown pass. Pine is USC, and they still lead. Still in the second quarter, check out this play. Williams scrambles around the pocket, escapes some tackles, but finally finds Jordan Addison for 23 yards with a grab. 10-7, USC still in the lead. Second quarter now, 10-7 still. Williams gets the snap, fakes the handoff, and keeps it for himself. He runs this in 5 yards, and USC extends their lead 17-7. USC is going to extend their lead all the way to the end of the game. Final 38-27 Trojans. The Trojans take home another one. Caleb Williams, still possible Heisman, I don't know. Went 18 of 22 for 232 yards and 1 touchdown. And Austin Jones, 154 yards on 25 carries. The Trojans continue their run.
The Washington Huskies are heading to Pullman, Washington to meet the Washington State Cougars in the Apple Cup. The Huskies are on a 5-game win streak with college football's leading passer, Michael Penix Jr.
After losing to the Utes back in October, the Washington State Cougars are on a 3-game winning streak and looking to continue it at home. But the rivalry is in history. This matchup favors the Huskies 72-32. And guess what? With a Washington State win, the Oregon Ducks are in the Pac-12 championship.
We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Well, the current score is 10-14 Washington. We're still just started in the second, and Michael Penix Jr. has 8 of 16 for 142 yards, already 2 touchdowns. Talk about the Huskies making something happen.
And now we're going to get into the BYU Cougars. They are taking on the Stanford Cardinal right now. The game is still in progress, so excuse me for looking down, but we are in the first quarter right now. 5 minutes and 29 seconds left. The BYU Cougars lead 14-3. Jaron Hall is 3 of 6 right now for 24 yards, and Tanner McKee is also 3 of 6, but with 41 yards.
Well, I just want to take a second to touch back on that Oregon State game. At the beginning of this week, we had no idea who would be celebrating a victory on Sunday. But now we know the state of Oregon bleeds black and orange. But it wasn't all bad for the Oregon Ducks. Former South Medford Panther Chase Cota won my vote for the best thing I've seen today. It's 1st and 10 on the Beavers' 44. Bo Nix fakes the handoff, drops back, and knows exactly who he's looking for, the man of Medford. Chase Cota in the end zone with the leaping grab. Has a defender on him, but he doesn't care. It's a Ducks touchdown. And it's an amazing shot. Shout out to our friends over at KZI for this video. Nick Orsini, we see you. What a day for the former Panther.
And coming up, there were some crazy losses these past 2 days, and we'll recap them. So stay with us. You're watching College Football Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
It's the final days of the Mattress Super Sale at Medford Mattress. Right now, save up to 50%. Queen mattresses from $3.99. Kings just $4.99 while they last. Hurry in during the final days of the Mattress Super Sale, only at Medford Mattress, where quality is not costly.
Nothing says I love you like diamonds. Voted Southern Oregon's favorite place to buy jewelry, Golden Gems Fine Jewelry has diamonds for every budget. Say I love you with perfect diamonds on the plaza downtown Ashland or at goldengems.com.
Every year, Harry and David creates thousands of local jobs to make and ship gourmet gifts all over the country. We have positions in our bakery, packing house, and orchards. With flexible hours, plus competitive pay and employee discount, paid on-the-job training, and reduced bus rates. We value our employees' safety and have taken extra steps to protect them during this unprecedented time. Join a tradition of sharing. Apply at harryanddavid.com/jobs and call 541-864-2082.
Well, we just wanted to define our property. We got 1.25 acres and just wanted to make it stand out. Also, I think increases the value of our property a lot. Turned out great, very professional. It was outstanding quality and outstanding service.
I feel like we live in a park, and it would be the equivalent of having a Monet unframed. Once you put the fence up, you framed the picture. Couldn't be more beautiful. I wouldn't change a thing.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Did you know that giving to others is also good for you? Whether you volunteer your time, offer emotional support, or donate to a charity, when you give, your health gets a boost. Benefits can include lower blood pressure, increased self-esteem, less depression, and lower stress levels. People who give tend to live longer and feel happier and more satisfied. So find a way to give today. You will help others, and your mind and body will thank you.
Welcome to the Kitchen Company, an extensive selection of wonderful gifts for every part of your kitchen. From the beginner to the gourmet chef, this holiday season, you're in good company at the Kitchen Company, downtown Grants Pass.
It's the final days of the Mattress Super Sale at Medford Mattress. Right now, save up to 50%. Queen mattresses from $3.99. Kings just $4.99 while they last. Hurry in during the final days of the Mattress Super Sale, only at Medford Mattress, where quality is not costly.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night. Now that we recap Pac-12 play, let's get into some more rivalry football, starting with Mississippi State at Ole Miss.
The rivalry matchup happened on Thanksgiving in the Battle of the Golden Egg. The Rebels have lost 3 of their last 4, and the Bulldogs, well, they're just looking to beat Lane Kiffin.
The Mississippi State Bulldogs visiting the number 20 Ole Miss Rebels in the latest edition of the Egg Bowl. And we're going to start off right now in the first quarter. Mississippi State's Jaquavius Marks gets the handoff and hits it up the middle for the 1-yard touchdown. Bulldogs take the lead. Second quarter, Jackson Dart with the play fake. He finds J.J. Peggs for the 1-yard touchdown pass. 16-7 Ole Miss leads. Will Rogers finds Ledatrick Griffin over the middle for the 19-yard touchdown pass. And Will Rogers is going to find Ra Thomas wide open downfield for the 22-yard touchdown pass. The Bulldogs looking to put the game away, but Rogers fumbles and Ole Miss Jet Johnson jumps on it and recovers. With just under 2 minutes of play left, Jackson Dart tosses a 23-yard touchdown pass to Dayton Wade. And we've got ourselves a 2-point game, 24-22 Bulldogs. Ole Miss tries to go for 2 to tie it, but the attempt is broken up and the Mississippi State Bulldogs will take the win and the bragging rights for the Egg Bowl. The final out at Vaught Hemingway Stadium for the Golden Egg. 24-22 Mississippi State Bulldogs take down the 20th ranked Ole Miss Rebels. Will Rogers finished 27 of 39 for 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. With this win, the Bulldogs have now won 7 games against top 25 opponents and extended a double-digit streak of bowl appearances.
Last night, NC State headed to Chapel Hill to take on the UNC Tar Heels. After starting the season strong, both the Wolfpack and Tar Heels faced injuries that were detrimental on the team.
The UNC Tar Heels have had to win to have any chance at the top available prize, a trip to the Orange Bowl, while the Wolfpack needed a win to go 8-4 to be up for bowl consideration.
NC State Wolfpack at the number 17 UNC Tar Heels. Will the Wolfpack find their prey? Diving into the second state, Ben Finley finds Terrell Timmons in the end zone on the other side of 3 defenders for the touchdown. Its extra point is good. Now into the fourth, quite a jump, 3rd and 4. Drake May escapes the pocket and takes it in for the score. And we're now tied at 17. Next play up, 2nd and 11. May under pressure, and his pass is tipped at the line and pickled by Tanner Engel. It's getting rough for UNC. Seconds later, Ben Finley throws the back shoulder pass to Devin Carter for a 26-yard touchdown, and the extra point is good as well. Wolfpack leads now. Now we're in second overtime. We're tied at 27. It's a Friday night in North Carolina, and the kick is good from 27 yards out. UNC is going to try now, but Burnett shanks the 35-yard attempt way to the left, and it's second overtime knockout. Final in second overtime, 30-27 NC State. The Wolfpack found their prey and knocked off the 17th ranked Tar Heels on Black Friday. UNC missed the field goal in their second overtime, which gave the Wolfpack the win, as you just saw. Ben Finley finished with over 270 passing yards, and his right-hand man, Devin Carter, left the field with 130 yards on 6 carries.
Crazy games already. A top 4 matchup, the number 3 Michigan Wolverines at the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes. The winner of today's game captured the Big Ten East and advanced to the conference championship game, also strengthening their chances of reaching the college football playoffs.
Game of the century part 2. That's what everyone was calling it. Both teams were undefeated heading into this matchup, and one headed out with their first loss of the season. Let's see who took that loss.
Yes, let's see it. Number 2 Ohio State and number 3 Michigan facing off in Columbus for the game. We start in the first. CJ Stroud drops back and finds Emeka Egbuka for the 4-yard touchdown pass. Ohio State lights up the scoreboard first, 7-0. JJ McCarthy, he's going to complete it to Cornelius Johnson, who breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and takes it 69 yards for the Wolverine touchdown. And we're tied at 10. We got a game here. A little deja vu here, though, because McCarthy is going to find Johnson again, wide open in the backfield for the 75-yard touchdown pass. 17-13. Michigan leads now. But here come Ohio State and CJ Stroud. Stroud completes it to Marvin Harrison Jr. for the 42-yard touchdown. Ohio State takes the lead back, 20-17. We head to the fourth. McCarthy, with the tough run, keeps it for himself and takes it in for the 3-yard touchdown, 31-20. Michigan is pulling away. Ohio State looking to make something happen here. Stroud goes through his progression, scrambles, and tries to flip it to his receiver, but it's intercepted by Taylor Upshaw, and that is game over for the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes. And the final out at Ohio Stadium, 45-23, Michigan Wolverines. The number 3 takes down the number 2, and the Buckeyes will take their first loss of the season. J.J. McCarthy went 12 of 24 with 263 yards and 3 touchdowns with no interceptions. Cornelius Johnson had 4 receptions for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Donovan Edwards went 216 yards on 22 carries with 2 touchdowns.
Another rivalry that needs no introduction, one that is near and dear to our hearts, and one that almost turned out very badly for the Crimson Tide last year, the Iron Bowl.
I was in Auburn last year, and it was crazy. Anything short of exciting, really, but it was a little too close of a game for me. It was almost not enjoyable. But while Alabama is always favored to win, the Auburn Tigers seem to always give them a good matchup.
Hey, Bo Nix helped out, right? A packed house at Bryant-Denny Stadium. We start in the first, tied at 7. Bryce Young with a 10-yard touchdown pass to Jace McLean. Alabama goes up 14-7. Second quarter, Rodwell Williams gets the handoff and runs it in for the 5-yard touchdown, 21-7 Alabama. We're still in the second. Rodney Ashford hits Jaquarius Johnson for the 20-yard touchdown pass, 21-14. Bama. Alabama on offense. Young launches it downfield to find Ja'Cory Brooks for the touchdown. Looks too easy. Heisman. Third quarter now. McLean finds the handoff, gets the handoff, and he's almost stopped, but finds another way. Touchdown. Still in the third, Ashford finds a way into the end zone for a 14-yard touchdown run, and Bama still has the lead in this Iron Bowl. Alabama gets Ja'Cory Bibbs, and he answers right back. Gibbs gets the handoff and takes it 23 yards for the touchdown, and down goes the Auburn Tigers. Final out of BDS, 49-27, Roll Tide. Bryce Young threw for 343 yards and 3 touchdowns, along with another rushing one he kept himself. And might be his final game in Titletown, I guess we'll see. And today's win marks Nick Saban's 15th straight 10-win season in Tuscaloosa. Dare you say the Saban era is over? It's only getting better, right, Pan?
Right.
Bama keeps their playoff hopes alive.
And last week, we saw the South Carolina Gamecocks take down the Tennessee Volunteers in a crazy game. And Tennessee dropped out of the top 5 while also losing their offensive threat and quarterback Hendon Hooker to an ACL tear.
And the Gamecocks had another tough game today, taking in their state rivalry and the number 8th ranked Clemson Tigers. The Tigers lead the all-time series 72-42-4.
The number 8 Clemson Tigers hosting the unranked South Carolina Gamecocks at Clemson Memorial Stadium today. South Carolina's QB Spencer Rattler, he's going to throw an interception right off the bat in the first quarter. And Jeremiah Trotter Jr. returns it 35 yards for the touchdown. Tigers go up 7-0. Clemson QB DJ Ungalele with the nice run, weaving in and out. He finds the end zone with a 9-yard touchdown run, 14-0 Clemson. Just when we thought this game might be over, though, Rattler has time, and he's going to complete it to Antron Wells Jr. for the 4-yard touchdown, 14-7 now. Still in the second, Rattler avoids the rush, does a little dance, pulls it down, and takes it in for the nice 4-yard touchdown, 16-14 Clemson. We skip to the third. Will Shipley, with the tough run, breaks a tackle and finds the end zone with the 11-yard touchdown run, 30-21 Clemson. But here comes the Gamecocks. Rattler launches it downfield to Wells, and it's a foot race from there on out in the 72-yard touchdown. We got a 2-point game out of Clemson, 30-28 Tigers lead. South Carolina kicker Mitch Jeter makes a 35-yard field goal to put the Gamecocks ahead, 31-30. And in chaos, the unthinkable happens and the South Carolina Gamecocks take down the number 8 Clemson Tigers. The Gamecocks have beat 2 ranked opponents in back-to-back weeks, changing the narrative for college football playoff rankings. Spencer Rattler was 25 of 39 with 360 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Antron Wells had 9 receptions for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. Although it wasn't really a close game, in their 63-21 win over the Buffaloes, the Utes put on a show. There were so many touchdown plays to choose from, but the best thing I saw today comes courtesy of Thomas Yasmin, and you would think it was a track meet out at Folsom Field today. Second quarter, the Utes leading 21-0. Cameron Rising off the play action throws to tight end Thomas Yasmin in the flat. He hurdles Buffalo defender Nico Reed, ducking inside a blocker and back down the sideline for a 41-yard touchdown. Incredible play, so let's see it again, but let's see it in slow motion. In what is probably one of the best runs of his career, Yasmin gets the pass from Rising, gets the block from Kincaid, and says, "See you later, Reed. I'm just going to hop right over you." He sticks the landing, finds his way to the end zone, and that is an amazing play. And coming up next, we are going to check in with our high school football teams who were out at the state championship today, Cascade Christian and Lost River. You're watching College Football Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
It's out with Thanksgiving and in with Thanksgiving during the 4-day Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last and save over 50%. Plus 5 years, no interest. But hurry, the 4-day Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Sam's Jewelers is Medford's premier wedding and engagement destination. With Southern Oregon's largest variety of men's wedding bands and women's diamond engagement rings, you're sure to find something special for your partner. This holiday season, any purchase of $750 or more will get you a complimentary cruise for two, included with your purchase. Make this holiday season extra special at Sam's Jewelers, located upper level at the Rogue Valley Mall.
Why should your new floor come from Lippard's Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned flooring stores, so you can be sure you'll get great selection at a great price. We take the guesswork out of helping you choose the right floor. Right now, save up to 50% on wood, laminate, and waterproof plank, plus pay no interest for 12 months at the one store for your perfect floor, Lippard's Carpet One, Medford and Grants Pass.
Remove stubborn fat resistant to diet and exercise. Cool Sculpting Elite now features redesigned applicators to fit your natural curve, delivering 18% more cooling coverage than traditional Cool Sculpting, with the option to treat 2 areas at one time. Are you tired of stubborn fat resistant to diet and exercise? Consider Cool Sculpting Elite. Call Admire Aesthetics today or visit us online at admireaesthetics.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
It's the 4-day Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. The 4-day Black Friday Super Sale, only at Denver Mattress.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night. Today, the undefeated Cascade Christian Challengers took on the undefeated Kennedy Trojans in the 3A State Championship.
As we've said before, time and time again, this Challenger team has had a historic run and has never made it to the championship undefeated before. So without wasting any more time, let's get into these game highlights.
The Challengers hit the ground running to start the game off, or should I say Keith Reed hit the ground running. Reed found the end zone on a 4-yard quarterback keeper, and Mason Hoffman's kick is good. The Challengers up. Next up, Keith Reed again racking those rushing yards. 5-yard touchdown for the quarterback, and another one through the uprights.
Now into the second quarter, it's 20-6 Challengers. The unstoppable sophomore Cameron Ragu runs this one in 14 yards to the house, and another good PAT extends the Challengers' lead to 21-6. Under a minute left in the first half, Reed finds Cole Shields in the end zone. Touchdown, Challengers, but the extra point is blocked. Now into the third quarter we go. It's 34-6 Challengers. This pass finds Drew Hall deep in the backfield, and what a grab. Touchdown, Challengers.
And kicking things off in the final quarter, none other than the Challengers getting things done. Mr. Reed himself, he connects with Brody Sample for 19 yards. Touchdown, Challengers. Look at that grab. Good job, Brody. 41-6. And that's all the Challengers wrote for the night. The final out at Cottage Grove High School in the 3A Championship. 41-6 Cascade Christian. The Challengers finished with 235 passing yards and 208 rushing yards.
Crazy stats tonight. And the passing leader and quarterback Keith Reed had himself a day. He went 14 of 16 for 235 yards and 3 touchdowns to add to his 49-yard rushing yards.
And this win marks their 4th state championship title and their 3rd in 3A.
And another team in the championships today at Cottage Grove High School was the Lost River Raiders. The Raiders posted a 10-1 season heading into the finals against the undefeated St. Paul Buckaroos.
Lost River has had a dominating season, putting up an average of around 49 points in their 10 wins. Let's see who came home with the 1A state championship title.
And the final out at Cottage Grove High School in the 1A state championship was 43-0 Lost River. We apologize for that graphic not popping up, but the 3rd-ranked Raiders take down the 1st-ranked Buckaroos, and Lost River takes home their 1st state title in 1A and 3rd in school program history. Go Raiders!
Go Raiders! Go Challengers!